Yes, so we are going to start by drawing these parts in 2D. So I'm going to take the 2D approach of doing an assembly drawing of this pulley. So we have these 5 parts. So this is the plate, and we have the pulley, then we have the bracket here. So I'm going to do these in 2D, and then now I assemble them together. So right now we're going to create layers for those individual parts. Remember, we also need to create some nuts for the 6 bolts that we have. Sorry, for the 3 bolts that we have. Bearing in mind that these bolts have 2 sides to be screwed, or rather the nuts to go into these three of these bolts. So that makes the number 6. So now let me start by creating layers for these individual parts. So we go to layer properties, just double click on this, and then you click new, and let's name it plate, and then I'll give it a blue color. Okay, then say okay. Let's all have them continuous lines. Then the second part, that is of course the bracket, then I'll give it let's say magenta. That should be okay. Then the third part in this case will be the pulley. Then I'll give it another color. Let's take blue. Let's say okay. Then we create the fourth part, which is the bolt. So the bolt, I'll give it another color. Let's go with white in this case. And then we also do another layer for bush. So for the bush, I'll go with the yellow. Then we do the nuts. So the nuts will be let's go with the pink, red. Let's just have red for now. Then so I've created the layers, and then we'll now be able to use this to create these individual parts. So just close this window, but first we need to use the right layer. Since we are going to draw the plate first, we need to select that layer. So that layer is active. So what do we do? Right away we need to start by drawing this end view. Then we go to this part. So this is another view. Of course this is the end view, then this is the front view for this part. So I'll draw the front view, then I go to the end view. So what I'll do is I'm going to start with these circles, so it will be way easier. So one of these small circle is of diameter 24, so we can do circle diameter, so center diameter, then come here, then we do 24, enter. So it looks a little bit small, so let's look at this distance. So this distance from the center of this circle to the center of this other circle is 60. So what do we do, guys? So we take line command, or take pick line command, and then we do, let's have orthographic mode activated. So we need to put up 60 here, and then what do we do? We just copy these. First you select that circle, then say copy from where? From the center to this point here. So this will give us the 2 circles. Then secondly, I'll need to draw this line from here. So from the center here to this point, that will give us the location of the center of the third circle. So that distance is 62. So what do I do? Come here and then pick line command. So you can type L, enter, and then it will tell you to start from, you specify the start point. So I start from the midpoint of that line, then enter 62, enter. Then now I have located, just escape, I have located the center of the other one, the other circle. So what do I do? Just copy that circle from this point here, from the center to this point. Then so I have the circle, so then say escape. So what do I do next? Next is to create these curves. So what do I do? I need also to create these other circles. So for that case, I'll do 1, 2, and 3 circles. So 2 of these circles have a radius of 24, and then this one has a radius of 40. So let's do that. So we take circle radius, center radius, and then I pick that center and talk of 24, and I can copy these from the center here to this point, and then now escape. Then I'll do another circle at this point. This is the center of the circle. I'll do a circle of radius 40, and then what do I do next? Next is put up these lines so that we have a smooth kind of the front view. So how do we do that? We take line command, but we need to ensure that these lines touch the tangent lines for these circles. So what do? We press shift and then right click, and then we pick tangent. Then we start from that point until you see the symbol, the tangent symbol. So to do another tangent of this circle, what do? Shift again, right click, then pick tangent. So then we have the tangent till you see defined tangent, then escape. So we can do the same to this. And so we pick line command, shift, right click, tangent until you see that symbol, the same, right click, tangent, then done. Then we do this other line. So we say we select line, then shift, right click, then we pick tangent, we select that point, then we do again shift, select tangent, then we select that point, and then say escape. So now what next? We need to do trimming. So trimming is TR, then enter twice. Then now we do trim, so that we don't need this part, yes, don't need this part, don't need that part, this part here, this one, and then you can delete this. You can delete these lines, but I'll leave them for now at that point. And then now we will draw the other view. So they just follow like this. Then again I follow from here. Okay, straight. That will give me a distance, or rather I say what is the distance. Come here and say this is from this point to this point. That will give you 24 plus 62. That will give you 6, that is 86. 86 plus 40, that will give you 126. So this length will be 126. 126, enter. So this is in line with the bottom of this. Yeah, correct. Then we skip. Now I would like to produce something of this sort. So this is what I'm talking about. This thickness is 4. So when I come here and offset this line, just select that line, say O, enter. Through what distance? 4, enter. Then there we go. Then we now just close this from this point, just close this. Press enter again, just close that, escape. Then now I'll try and locate this center, these points. So from this point here, do this, we try this point, escape first this align command from the center, we go all the way here. So just do a line to that point, do another line to that point. So guys, I'm trying to just locate these holes on the other side of the other view. So the same I'll do like this, escape. Then I do the trim, enter twice, like that. So then I can delete these lines because you don't need them for now. Yeah, correct. Correct. So we have both the views for the this part, we call it the plate. So being that there are two ops, we'll be able to produce these the two parts. Yeah, so let's look at the next part.